it on my bill.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing with Bristly Spine Sower. This is a +1/+1 counters commander that gets +1/+1 counters on your creatures when lands enter play. And you can also spend only 5 mana to double the counters on all of your creatures. This means that we've got lots of cards that either get us additional counters, like the Hardened Scales, kind of the name of the archetype of this deck, a Scales deck, and cards that get us additional lands, like the New to Arena Emergent Sequence, and of course some other classics like Blossoming Tortoise, that's a great one in this deck, Oracle of Moldiah, and Pawk, so you can get additional lands or play additional lands off the top of your deck, or maybe turn all of your creatures into lands with Ashiok. Because we've got all of these landfalls, we have other landfall abilities. Cards like Nissa, and the new Mossborn Hydra, and the new Scythecat Cub. This is actually why I'm revisiting this deck, because Modern Horizons, Jumpstart Foundations, and Foundations had some amazing cards to add to Bristly Bill. So we can get even more counters on our creature, double the counters on their creatures, and then give our creatures trample with something like Kodama and Duskshell Crawler. Also, because this is a mono green deck, it is ramping. It's getting stompy. It's doing a lot of damage, and it's hard for your opponents to stop. So let's take Bristly Bill into the queue and start scaling up our creatures. Omnath, Locus of the Royal, enters the battlefield, deals damage based on a number of elementals, and can draw you lots of cards and make your elementals huge. I also have a way to get a bunch of counters on stuff. Hardened Scales, Bristly Bill, Curian Beastcaller, and the Blossoming Tort. I'm going to start with this Curian Beastcaller because, I don't know, Bristly Bill dies to Shock, dies to Bolt. I'd rather this thing die. Search for Iskanta. Oh, I don't like seeing that in their deck. That makes me feel like they have some high density of counter spells, which they do go well. I've seen a lot of Omnath Spellslinger decks because as far as like a teamer Spellslinger commander goes, Omnath keeps getting you more and more cards. Oh gosh, yeah, they just put a Pact of Negation in the graveyard. Blech. Let's see if they're gonna kill Bill. They're putting it back in my hand. Okay. Bristly Bill does not get the swing for a ton of damage. So I'll throw down the Blossoming Tortoise. We mill, and we already know we have at least one land in the graveyard, so I can grab that. Look at him! He's so cute, my little Blossoming Tort. This can't block non-flyers. This can. This is my favorite elemental. It might actually just be one of my favorite Magic cards, because it's the best. And if you disagree, I gotta say it, you're wrong. Risen Reef's the best. Look at it. It gets you a land often enough. That makes it the best one. You make this Blossom Tort pretty thick. Risen Reef is your favorite. Good taste, good taste. We're gonna empty out my hand here. Why not? Risen Reef plus Zendikaar's Royal. Oh, I love to go deep. I used to run that as a Pioneer deck. And another treasure. They have 3 cards in grave. Make it 4, and it's another counter spell. I think that they're just like, yeah, this person has put all of their stuff into play. So I very much am like, yeah, you can kill Bristly Bill, that's fine. I can replay him. We have the technology. You could get Wash Awayed. It would be fine. Oh, Pawk. Alright, so let's see if we can get the counterspell on Bill, if there is one. You're putting my Tort back in hand? Well, that I'm not okay with. So bouncy. Getting more lands. Getting more stuff. Get enough mana for the Blossoming Tortoise again. We're fetching. The unmitigated hand bouncery. How dare you! Swinging for 12. Rip Risen Reef. They are now at 1 off from Searcher's Canto Flipping, I think. So they could, yeah, put that into the grave. And then transform it. That is not a land entering play because it was already in play. It just turned into a land. And it looks like we win. We're able to double up counters on our creatures next turn, swing in, get more lands, double those lands, even put more counters with the Ozolith. GG! Omnath, Locus of all. We played against the 3-color Omnath before. This is the 5-color Omnath. I don't have a land to recur from my graveyard with the Ramanop Excavator, but I do have a turn 1 Hardened Scales, and I don't know, maybe they'll actually be playing around Omnath's ability, which has to do with having 3 or more colored pips in the mana cost of your card. Oftentimes I find this is just 5-color good stuff with a couple extra mana pips, but like, sometimes you'll see decks that are like, yeah, I themed it, so I'm running all of the different 3-color charms and things like that. Can I explain, like you're a 5-year-old who doesn't play Magic, what my deck's kind of mechanic or win con is? So this one's pretty simple. Bristly Bill, he's got landfall, which means that when a land enters play, and that's a thing that you can do once per turn, happens, I can make one of my creatures bigger. And making my creature bigger means that I can deal more damage. And there's a way to win in the game where you just reduce your opponent's life total to 0. So that's my goal. Reduce my opponent's life total to 0 by making Bristly Bill and his friends really big. Don't know if that actually helps, but if it does, great. I'm gonna name Druid, since that's actually Bristly Bill's other type. Pop down Champion of Lambholt, so I can possibly get some unblockables. Well, you can play a land once per turn, unless you have some sort of ability that allows you to play additional lands in a turn, which this deck has many of. And the more I can get onto Champion of Lambholt, the harder it is for my creatures to be blocked. I can also just, like, play creatures and she gets big. Like this and this. They have 4 mana. Okay, they went for a tapped land. This is my new Llanowar Elf art. It's great. You can get it for the low cost of, I think it's like 200 gems for the style, and then a common wild card for the actual card. So here's the good news. With this Hardened Scales, the Champion of Lambholt is huge now. Do you like my anime Llanowar Elves, though? If you want one of these in paper, they're crazy expensive. Solve the equation. What you getting? Is it a board wipe? Nope, Swords to Plowshare so they can blast the champion. Bristly Bill. This tapped. I'll buff up the Ramanop Excavator and swing in for 6. They're now down to 5. And I put the counters onto the Excavator because they could have some damage-based board wipes. Oh, looks like they just have a regular old Exile Everything board wipe. Thanks, I hate it. I really don't like this card. Toski is able to swing in. If I can make it bigger, that'd be great. I'm trying to think if there's anything I would search for of Archdruid's Charm. Nah, let's just go for Toski. And I will just play the Grazer. At least Sunfall isn't farewell. It's kind of worse in this situation because it left them with a creature. Would you like to kill my Grazer? Boop. Draw me something good. Nice. It won't do anything this turn, but Innkeeper's Talent lets me start growing the Toski. Or the Grazer. Or both. Yeah, between Sunfall and Farewell, there's some real rude things. By the way, please look at the cards that they've been playing. This so far has been an Azorius control deck, and I guess there was a Harmonized. They have not played a single thing. Oh, here's a card! Here's a card that actually works with Omnath. I was gonna say, I don't think they got it, but they played one. I'll play Scoop Bug. Make more Bug. Level up. Put a counter on the Grazer. Swing in. It's actually 2 counters. Thank you, Hardened Scales. And all of my stuff is gone. Great. Prime time! I'm going to grab a creature land. Because of all this garbage that's going on. Alright, so this is also, I would say, a creature land. And where is my Lair of the Hydra? Once I get another type of thing in my graveyard, this can be animated. Whether that's an artifact or what. It's just gotta be another type. And here's the good news. We win. Because we were able to go wide. Wider than they can. And they never even played their commander. Anzrag, the Quake Mole, can force you to block, and if it is blocked, everything gets untapped on their side of the battlefield and they take an extra combat. Which can lead to some infinite combats, or at least just enough to kill you, if you can make Anzrag indestructible. Just keep swinging and forcing your opponent to block it. And then bam! Big mole! I'll start with some ramp. They have access to little bits of removal from being in Gruul, fight spells, burn spells. They don't have counter spells, though, so Allosaurus Shepherd is just kind of a 1-1. I'm one of the only people you ever see taking notes by hand. I like to use paper notebooks. They're great! It also makes editing a lot easier, and it's a lot quieter than typing, because I have a loud mechanical keyboard, and it makes clicky clacks just like that. It's also just, it's really simple. That's why I do it. Simplicity. Bringing out the bill. Forest. I guess I'll buff up you now. Allosaurus Shepherd. Any one of these could die to a bolt, but I feel like if they had that, they would have killed the Hobbit anyway. Yeah, I find it much easier to do note-taking and a lot of just, like, work in general on paper. I usually write scripts on computer if I'm, like, writing out a script for a video. But I'll usually, like, write the basic framework of it, the architecture of it, outlining on paper. I also like to doodle, so I can't doodle on computer as easily. I have to open up MS Paint and it takes up part of the window. But I was gonna say fan fiction. One day, I'll open up my phone and just start making tons of fan fiction. It's gonna happen. I'm trying to decide if I want to just like blast Fanatic of Ronus here. I kind of like holding up Archdruid's Charm. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna swing in with Bristly Bill. This has a bite ability on it. Depending on what they do, I can respond. I don't have a P.O. box, but I do like notebooks. I use the same kind of notebook like all the time, though. Ooh, the Bramble Armor Brawler. So if I bop that, they will actually be buffing all the creatures in your deck. What I'm going to do first, though, is I'm going to convoke and cast Chord of Calling. There is a card I put into this deck, and I played 22 games with the deck since adding it, and couldn't find it. So, easy solution, I added a tutor so I'd be able to find it. Meow. Meow. Yeah, I can buff all the creatures in their deck. I don't mind doing that at all. I'm not able to activate that again. Oh, can attack in first. And then +1/+1 counter. Pop the Brawler. That's fine. Doesn't affect their commander. Nice. Wonder if I had a route to lethal. I don't know, I don't do the math. Yes, Scythe comes so good. That's why we're revisiting Bristly Bill, because there's a lot of really good new cards for this deck. I could have activated Nykthos. No, because I only had, like 1 mana with it, right? Or did I have 2? Nissa only doubles mana from Forest, though, right? Cute Cub. Oh, yeah, I have lethal here just swinging in. I had a Forest. But I couldn't untap Forest and also Nykthos, right? Oh, I had a Forest untapped. Oh yeah, I guess I could have. I don't diddle math. Ashiok, Wicked Manipulator. Ashiok is going to be putting cards into exile and then eventually dealing damage based on a number of, well, mana value in exile. Also, Ashiok is allowed to skip paying life and instead exile cards, which is good because you want more cards in exile. Ashiok can also spit out these nightmare tokens that grow if cards have been exiled, and to get you card advantage by exiling cards. Yeah, there's a theme here. It's exile. Oh, hello. Yes, I have 2 different targets. Either Bridgeworks Battle or Jugon Defends the Temple. You think you know this tune? Where is it from? Sonic. This whole album is Sonic stuff. Name Druid. Lead with this Beast Caller. I don't expect things to live very long against a mono black deck. I'm gonna try to load up some more counters onto the Beast Caller. Oh, they're eating Bill! Okay, so I don't get the second landfall. That's alright. I'll still take my Forest and swing in for 4. And this is gone. Nowhere for me to put the counters. R.I.P. Varian Beast Caller. I'll have to discard next turn? Yeah, discard next turn. Hello, once again, it's Bristly Bill! I think that another move I could have done here would have been to use Emergent Sequence to get another land out, so I could bring out Vorinclex. Since Vorinclex is extra good against cards like Ashiok.
Go and drink deep of sorrow.
Oops. Wanted to make that bigger first. And I'm not swinging at Ashiok because I don't want them to reanimate Ashiok. Get the Beast Caller. I should have made this a 3-3, but this works out. They put a Swamp into exile and then a different card into hand. What are you seeching? Could be a board wipe, Damnation. It could be the One Ring. Shouldred's always common. Grave Pact. So their creatures dying will cause my creatures to die. Aw, Nashu. My friendly little rat boy. They know about the Viseiji, though. You got land! And against the Planeswalker Commander, Vorinclex will be a good game. Amalia and Lurrus. Amalia and Lurrus work great together to gain life and bring back things from the graveyard, but I have a little bit of graveyard hate in this hand, which is actually why I'm going to keep this hand. I'm planning on using this Thirsting Roots. I'm essentially just going to turn this into another land. Boop. Yeah, the Soul Cauldron could be really helpful for me. But because Lurrus is their companion, it's going to be tons of these like Soul Sisters and other little life gain things to help trigger Amalia to get her to either grow or put more lands in hand. Hi, Amalia. They're going to gain a life, get an energy, and is it a land? It is a land. They got a card drawn. That's pretty good. Let's get this Beast Collar even bigger. I'm putting all of my stonks on Beast Collar. When the Beast Collar dies, I'm able to move its counter onto, just as an example, Bristly Bill. Ooh, okay. They put Savine's Reclamation in the graveyard because it can be cast from there. And they killed Billiam! Rude. They gained a life. They see a Soul Warden. Keep it on top or put it in the grave. I'm going to play this Oracle of Moldiah. Nice land on the top. And if they have 2 more creatures enter play, they'll be able to give something flying. And by something, I mean probably Amalia. One of the things I'm hoping to do is take advantage of the fact that Nykthos does see Devotion on Scoot Swarm copies. So I might be able to generate even more mana with that. Legions to Ashes. Aww. My beast caller. Oh man. Scoot bug. Yeah. Enjoy your life gain. They could make it so like Amalia just wipes the board. It would be very charming if they did. Do I feel I need to do the Nykthos here? I am going to do the Nykthos here. Playing Vorinclex, so I have something with reach to block Amalia. And I'll swing in with the Oracle of Moldiah. I don't think they'd want to block. But like, hey, maybe if you change your mind. It'd be cool. Very cool. Very cash money. Yeah, that has an activated ability. I can steal activated abilities from graveyards with the Soul Cauldron. If Amalia blows up while I still have Scoot triggers on the stack, that would work. Ooh, they used Abstruse Appropriation to steal. Well, the Oracle's still alive, so I still have some extra landfalls here. Do I feel like playing Billiam first? 2, 3, 4. Bill. Yep. I'll make that one bigger. Up to 13. Gotta get the counter again on this Scoot Swarm. There's a reason for this. It's because I have an Augur of Autumn in hand. And I would like this Augur of Autumn to, like, do a thing. 15, I guess 16, 17, 18, 19? Looks like they are very down to blow up the board. Do you go to 20? Do you even have a choice? Bloop. My Scoots swarmed. I think they should cast the Vorinclex. Actually, they have to spend the mana of the right color for it. So far, they're bringing back Ellis Ilkor. Make it so I bleed out when things lose some life. I'm sad I miss all my mana. Why is Bristly Bill going back to my hand? He's not. This is what's called the command zone, because I am playing a commander type format. I can't make an angel. Yeah, you see who each player's commander is right under their name. And then this is a commander and then a companion with the paw print. Case of the Uneaten Feast. They can gain 5 life in a turn. I think it gets solved. Usually you build your decks themed around your commander or with your commander as a central piece. Hello there. Time to gain life. Amalia, you're too dummy thick. So just see what I got. Turn Timber Symbiosis. Nissa, Springheart, Llanowar, and Galagreeters. Not great hits here. This one gets me the most blockers, potentially. Also gains them the most life, but like, that's fine. They're gaining life because of Soul Warden. Oh, that's removal. Well, I don't like that. Swinging in, Kodama will get me another land, which will trigger the Springheart and Nantekel, which will get me a chump blocker. And now I gotta take a look at the permanents currently in their graveyard that could be brought back. They've got Orator and Vampire. Grab the Vampire. They're already gaining, like, all the life in the world and then some. They're unmaking Kodama, so I stopped getting lands from him. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll trade here. Maybe they're planning on cracking open the case of the Uneaten Feast. Oh, but it wasn't solved. Oh, I Ganjo. That would work. Guess I should have double blocked Lurrus. Anybody else have activated abilities? Has to be a creature. Bitter Blossom! Yeah, you have plenty of life to lose. And all I can really do is play Bill. That's going to be a good game. Play to land and concede. Kykar, Zephyr Awakener. Whenever they cast a non-creature spell, they can bounce a creature. They could also make a spirit, but I feel like usually you want to be doing blinky stuff. I don't know. Oh, hello, Scythecat Cub, my beloved. I'm gonna start with the Bristly Bill. And I'm gonna hold the second trigger so I can get more triggers from Scythe Cat Cub and Bristly Bill. Both of them, they're so good. Bring out the cat. Could get countered. They're in Azorius color, so like it's easy for them to just run a lot of counter spells. It's 2 blue. Mana drain. Counter spell. Okay, it's just regular old schmigular counter spell. That's fine. I mean, like, stinks that my Scythe Cat Cub's not doing anything. Because I would have had... Oh my gosh, think about how big my Bristly Bill would have been. Extra thick. Would have been massive. Alright, swing in. Hit for 6. It's a lot. We love big cacti. I love big cacti too. Misty Rainforest. Make the bill bigger. Swing in with the big bill. They're just tapping him. Okay. Bill becomes sideways. And I'm going to play an ape. When I cast a creature, I can destroy an artifact or enchantment, try to get a land, or gain life. You can probably guess what I want to do in this deck. I mostly want to get a land. It's good. It gets you more stuff. Okay, I'm sorry. Kykar, you're just Azorius control, bro. Come on! You could play something more interesting than that. I believe in you. I'm gonna play this Rishkar. And an Innkeeper's Talent. Just start turning this into a nice buff critter. It was a more efficient mana usage than going for Bill. Level up. This now has some protection. Remember, they have a counter spell. And because they have a counter spell, why should I even cast things? Make them deal with the Rishkar. Swinging for 6. Here, I'll cast the spell Birds of Paradise. It's a bird, just like your commander that you're never gonna play. No, I think they should get Kykar out and like maybe even spit out chump blockers with it. Cute Soul's fight. Okay, look, there's a blinkable card. That's a blinkable card. You would have countered that Birds of Paradise? Would you have considered doing something else? You hate those birds, but look at how cute he is with his little staff. Gonna wipe the board again. Okay, no, here's Kykar. Ah! In case of wash away, break glass. Looking for prime time. Pre-combat? Because I want him chunky. Alright, let's grab... I don't know if I want woodlands yet. I'm gonna go with Nykthos, Lair of the Hydra. I'm gonna put a large number of counters onto this bird. I'm swinging with Rishkar. You could blink Qteal's Flanker. You could double block. Okay, so to cast that gets them a spirit token. They blink. Yeah, I think that our opponent is running into one of the problems I had when I was looking at potentially brewing Kykar, which is it is hard for Kykar to compete with things like Yorion without just kind of feeling like a generic-y value kind of commander. They got a flanker. They got Kykar. They still have a counterspell held up. And they're swinging in for 3. They could have also blocked and then flickered. Yes, they could have. They didn't think of that. Okay, Snapcaster Mage. Is it board wipe time? Board wipe a clock is why I got that Lair to the Hydra. And is this a delayed blink? I think it is. Okay, so they can, I guess, exile this and have it come back later. Hi, Scraps. I would not have known you were sitting next to me if you didn't make that noise. How you doing, girl? Would you guys like Scraps to come say hi? Oh, yeah. I know what I want. Two, 3. Embiggen! I think Scraps wants to come up and say hi. Scraps, do you want to come be a little gamer? We're playing against a bird. You love birds. Or maybe you hate birds. You like to yell at them, and it makes it seem like you want to eat them really bad. Who's that? Kaito? Kaito makes a ninja. Kaito can also make things unblockable and loot. They still have that counter spell up, and I'll give them something good to counter. Scoot Swarm, you should counter this. You should counter this. They have another counter spell. That's fine. X equals 1. Counters on the Kami. Swinging it face. Oh. I can't see. Okay, I could have gotten this for X equals 2 more. I'm sorry. I can't resist when the cat wants to come up on the desk because she's so sweet, but only when I'm working. She doesn't do this any other time, any other place. She doesn't sit on my lap. She won't cuddle. She'll do none of that. So I have to take advantage of her getting in the way for love and attention. Also, people in the channel think it's cute. They're looting. Scraps knows she's the star. Yes, she is. Yeah, Vorinclex. You got a 1-mana spell? Can it stop a Vorinclex? What? I don't know what you have. Seems like they do have a 1-mana spell, though. You think Scraps could stop a Vorinclex? I don't think so. I think she would get eaten by him. The opponent has Shore Up, you think? I don't know. It could be like a Swords to Plowshares. Or they could just be roping. Because they're a hater. I don't know. They did cast multiple board wipes this game. But, like, it was the same board wipe twice. What if it's the thing that makes a bird? Counterspell makes a bird. Iconic duo. A Teferi avatar and Sol roping. Yeah, name a more iconic duo. Oh, Azorius decks. Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and guess that I won. Right, Scratch Scratch, did I win? Maybe. Okay, I know what she wants. She wants the little venom thing. I don't know why she loves this so much. You think she's good? You think it's good? You gonna stand up, girl? While we're getting soul roped? Whoop. Yeah. It's a cable tie that has like a tiny venom on it. But it's been making for a really good fidget and or cat toy. How to get your little old lady cat to play. A little symbiont! Here. We good? I think we're good. Alright, swing and they die. They little symbiotes, girl? Cute. Ivora, Insatiable Air. I don't remember what this does, but I believe it's a new Jumpstart card. I got my commander on 2 and a bunch of different 3s. Ivora, what the heck do you do? She enters and deals combat damage to a player. She makes blood. When you discard a card, she gets big. Oh, okay. Mono red discard. Sure. I feel like Bristly Bill's gonna die a bunch. But I'm still gonna try. He's a big blood baddie. Oh, that's another cool way to discard at the start of turn. I will get a counter. I'll play the Tumble Swag. And I'm gonna put another counter onto Billiam. And then swing in. And then I'm gonna hug the kitty. Yes. I'm gonna have an allergic reaction. She's like a madness commander, but without the madness. I don't know if... Do you think she seems sane? I don't. Bye, Scraps. Monkey! And a copter. Oh, that's more discard. Yeah, I guess you can make her pretty big with these discards. Hardened Scales. Scaling up. Like 2 creatures here. Is this some Sonic jazz? Yes. Do you have a problem with that? I hope not, because it's awesome. Saddle up. Swing in with both and make Bill even bigger. That is an 11/11 Bristly Bill. Blocking with Ragavan and taking 6 from the Tumblewag. Is this one of the 1-Ups covers? It is. Yeah, I have a lot of Sonic covers on my playlist, which a lot of people ask about the playlist. I try to send a link in the comments when people ask. It's called Jamazonium on Spotify. It's 43 hours long, 715 different songs. They're pretty much all video game covers. There's a couple songs that are not. There's like a weird bird song. And I think there's at least one cover of a One Piece theme and a Naruto theme in there. Because we're all dweebs here. But at least we know we're dweebs. They're saying good game. I'm just making sure we're good. Okay, there's no chaos warps there. Okay, we're good. I'll swing in. Deal a bunch of damage, win the game. GG, Ivora. I want to see what you can do, though. Somebody will make it work. Maybe this person will. Chulane, Teller of Tales. Chulane is one of the most go-off commanders. Because whenever you cast a creature, you can draw a card and put a land into play. Which, if you have landfall or something that's just like lots of mana dorks, you can just keep drawing more cards and playing more creatures and drawing more cards and playing more creatures and drawing more cards and playing more creatures. He does cost 5 mana, but as I mentioned before, oftentimes played with a lot of mana dorks. This hand's okay. I like having the Kami of Whispered Hopes. I think I'm still gonna mulligan, though. I'm trying to think if I want to keep this. I'm gonna keep it. I think that Bristly Bill has a chance of being countered or killed, exiled, like Swords of Plowshares early, but I'm just going to try to chain Bristly Bill into Kami of Whispered Hopes, use a Kami of Whispered Hopes to make lots of counters and lots of mana, and then, I don't know, Ape. Ape together strong. There's only one Ape, I think, in the deck, though. But it's a good Ape. Very good Ape. Somebody in chat is saying you could do Primo with Dollmaker and 3 Blind Mice for more Primo. No, that doesn't work. Primo is a token, so when you exile with Dollmaker, you don't get anything. You would have to do Primo and then Spark Double. You can't even do Vile Duplication because it would come in as a 0/0 and die, I think, because it's got counters on it. And that would make a non-legendary one. But then, like, you wouldn't want to make a copy of it with 3 Blind Mice, because again, it would be a 0/0 and it would die. Chulane? Buddy? Okay, Priest of Titania. There are other legendaries, though, that aren't tokens that you could do, like, Dollmaker 3 Blind Mice with. Just that one does not work. Hi, Priest of Titania. Oh! Roaming Throne! They're gonna name Druid. Or Human. I would name Druid. Yeah! This is what I do in my Helga deck. Oop. This way they draw 2 cards. Is there anything that makes your legendary tokens non-legendary? Sort of. You can use Mirror Box and... is it Mirror Gallery? Mirror something. Allows you to have multiple legendaries of the same name. So for Zumone, then you'd be able to make lots of them. So that's about it. Yay! But it's hard, because that's like a very specific artifact. Alright, Cryptolith Right. These can now all tap for mana. Mirror Box. That sounds right. There's 2 of them, though. Not Mirror Gallery. That's the red one. Mirror Box and something else that's like Mirror. I think Mirror Gallery might actually be right. See how big I can get this Kami of Whispered Hope so I can get loads of mana. It's not for attacking. It's for everything else. That's not gonna add up too well. I can use you for doubling later. Making a little 1/1. Augur Bottom, so I can play lands off the top of my deck. And then giving my creatures a little ward. Is Mirror Gallery just not an arena? Yeah, that would do it. They still have mana? Oh no. It's Shrieking Drake. So, Shrieking Drake with Chulane can go semi-infinite. So you're gonna see what I'm talking about here. They play the Shrieking Drake. The Shrieking Drake goes into hand because you have to put something back into your hand and you can choose it itself. And though they do it again. And as long as they have a blue mana available from this, they could just keep doing it. So let's see if they get any blue mana. No? Okay. I'll consider that just a lucky happenstance then. Enjoy your +1/+1 counters. I want to use Bristly Bill's ability first. Okay, tap you for 14. Going with the double first for a landfall. No, just one more mana. Okay. Don't mind me. You can go semi-infinite, I can go semi-infinite. I can actually go infinite with a couple things in this deck, too. Alright, that's enough, right? 20. Big. Bigger. 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 You too. More. Number go up. Number go up again. Number continue to go up. I need more. Okay, they realize what's happening. Vorinclex is going to be like a 50-50. And they're going to die. Because trample. They're playing Nicol Bolas, God Pharaoh. Probably doing crimes. I did like that I had a Vorinclex in my hand, but I feel like I'm going to want something a little more aggressive. I actually want something even more aggressive than this. Something that's fast. Because we gotta go fast. Kami of Whispered Hopes or Mossborn Hydra. Prime time. I'm gonna keep this. Step 1, Bird's Paradise. Why? Because it makes a bunch of mana. Step 2 also makes a lot of mana. Doesn't make mana. Still cool. I'm getting heisted. Alright, so this is Nicol Bolas Crime. Get ready to have your card stolen. That's what they do. Usually run with a lot of board wipes and similar, because it works. No, my nugget! Aww. I'll go for Bristly Bill. 1 billion bills. You can get Bill up to like 1 billion counters. In Arena, there's a cap, so you can't go above, I think it's like a signed integer worth of counters. Oh. They got rid of Bill, but they got me better Bill. Better and more billion Bill. I'm trying to decide if I want to play the Kami this turn. I'm going to play the Kami this turn. They stole an Ozolith? Okay, great. Scythe, Cat, Cub. We're going to get a counter. Then we're going to activate this again, and that's going to double the number of counters. It's actually going to be double +1 because that's how Kami works. And that's going to get me loads of mana! They're going to wash away Bill. Okay. Fine. Mosswood Hydra. It enters with 2 +1/+1 counters on it. Thank you, Kami of Whispered Hopes. They can't activate this until they steal a forest, which, I mean, there's lots of ways to do that. Alright, they're killing the Kami because it's tapping for so much mana. Oh, should have ordered those the opposite way. That's okay. Because we did double then +1 instead of +1 then double. Hi, Gonti. Gonti's gonna steal. This is a fight, so I can trade something into Gonti. I did it again. Hyperion Beast Caller. Smash the Gonti, get him out of the way. Cat, go. They're down to 2. See, if I had ordered all of those right, they would be dead. But I didn't order them right. Because I don't pay attention. But at least I'm honest with myself. GG, Nikki B. Marina Vendrell. This is going to be a 5-color enchantments commander. This hand is okay. I like that I'll be able to play things off the top. But I think I'm still going to mulligan to see if I can get something for turn 1. Or like one slightly higher cost. And I pressed keep instead of mulligan. Okay, I've been streaming for like 8 hours. Misplays are gonna be the norm at this point. Hi, Marina! She enters the battlefield. She gets tons of enchantments from the top cards of your deck, and she can also lock and unlock rooms. Heuristic Study. Okay, casting spells will now cause them to draw cards. I accept this. And do I pay the 1? Not today, I don't. Not today. Swinging for 3. Chromatic Lantern lets all these lands tap for any color of mana. Are they gonna kill Bill? Okay, so Bill is just a reprobate now. He's a coward and he can't do anything. He's still gonna get a +1/+1 counter, though, because he's my friend and he deserves one. I'll play Tireless Provisioner. I will pay the 1. Crack these bad boys open. For more mana, more fun. Galagreeters. I will pay the 1. I let you draw once. You should be happy. And if I start getting some good ways to play additional lands in a turn, I will get rid of this reprobation with the Beseiju. Who's going to jail? Tireless Provisioner? Okay. Druid Class. Druid Class could go in this deck, too. I'm trying to decide if I want to go for this or, like, save this to blast a really good enchantment that they play. Let me figure out. Yeah. I'm just aiming for the big remnant buff for lethal next turn. They probably have a board wipe in their Marina deck. If it's like my Marina deck, it's running 2. One which is on an enchantment and one which isn't. Alright, Conclave Tribunal, they get to exile something. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 here. That would be 9. If I get rid of this, it would be 2 more. Ugh, mathing. Decline. I'm just gonna let you draw here. Hope it's not towards the plowshares. I know, counting. You really like the treasure token? Because it's really nice. It's a nice treasure token. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, well now they're up to 12, but that's fine. I have a thing. Are there any creatures in my graveyard? Wait. No, there aren't. Aw, dang it. Oh, that's fine. I'll get them to 1. But wait. There's more? I forgot they'd gain a life. Oh, they drew a Leyline Binding. And Bristly Bill goes to jail. Who's going to jail? Gala Greeters goes to jail. So they go to 4. Not bad. If I had a way to put a counter on this, it would be so buffed. If you have 5 modified creatures, it becomes a 5/5 with trample. Or it becomes a 7/7 with trample. They just shocked in a land. They're down to 3. Sheltered by Ghost will allow them to exile something. It also gives her lifelink. Okay, I don't have any creatures, but I'll have Reprobation. Sure. I do not play the bugs first. Because we're swinging in with everything. And Bristly Bill has text. And the text is more damage. And we win! GB! Marina. My opponent's name is Sweaty PP. Also, they're playing Tatiova. Landfall, draw a card, gain a life. But my opponent's name is Sweaty PP. It's a good name. There's a player on the Celtics, which is the basketball team for my hometown of Boston. Also my favorite sports team. And his name is Peyton Pritchard. And Peyton Pritchard gets called Fast PP. That is his, like, semi-official nickname. I've seen it on jerseys. Even adults know that PP's funny. So they're a landfall deck. I'm a landfall deck. We can both landfall together. In harmony. Or maybe just in harm. I kind of feel like it's just in harm. Fast PP is great. If I want to try to just, like, get lots of things... No, I'm gonna go for Dragon Defensive Temple. A bit more slow and steady. I like this card a lot. It doesn't always do what you need it to do, but it's really cool in Scales decks. Settling the Wilds. Cool. They now have 6 lands. Doop doop. A Nissa. To use her ability to try and get a elf or elemental. Okay, we just need the second landfall trigger for that to happen. And here's the second landfall trigger. Keep on growing, Bristly Bill. I feel like he might just get, like, popped back into my hand. Ooh, Evo Sage. That's a nice elf. Tireless Provisioner for more landfall. And I'll swing in with Bill. Crack a clue, get a counter on the tracker. Draw a card. Block Bristly Bill. Nope. Take 7. We're down to 14. They also now have Cyclonic Rift mana. So let's see if everything goes back into my hand. You think they probably have many a bounce? Very possible. One, two, three. Swinging in. Yeah, I wasn't sure if they would bounce if I went to activate this. But I am very fine with that trade. Wonder if everything's going back into my hand right now. Yep, there's a Cyclonic Rift. And that's why I didn't activate. It would have been bad. Everything back into my hand. We have to discard 3 cards. I'm going to drop Juggernaut Defense to Temple because it's pretty slow here. A Forest and a Forest. My plan next turn? Vorin collects. Force them to block if I can. Well, that makes it harder. It gained life. See if this is a counter spell. Vorin collects Monstrous Raider, Trample, Haste, and washed away. I figured it was worth a try. Ancient Green Warden allows them to recast from the graveyard and doubles their triggers. So they're going to be gaining twice as much life. And if they get some landfall mana generators, like a Tireless Provisioner type of effect, they'll get twice as much. Will I remember to order things correctly? Find out next time. Oh, hi, Growth Spiral. Long time no see. I think I want a triple spell next turn, which would mean playing these 2 first and then Bill. Yeah, they're back up to 10 life. They have more lands in their graveyard. Great, thanks, I hate it. Tireless Provisioner. Mossborn Hydra. Playing the land. Getting a treasure. $1 billion. And pass back to you. By the way, blue now has a 3rd mass bounce effect that's fully one-sided, and it's Aetherize. So if you attack in and your opponent has 4 mana up, one of which is blue, you might be in trouble. Just letting you know. It's real and it can hurt you. Just, you gotta, like, use your Settle the Wreckage senses to try and detect Aetherize. Bounces all attacking creatures into their owner's hands. Oof, that's an extra spell, or an extra turn. They're not attacking. They're just getting beans. You don't need to draw more cards. Why not attack me for 5? Because now it's not lethal when you attack him with a Shia. Unless I guess they play a lot of lands, which they probably can. They're just drawing all the cards. All of them! I hope I draw land. If I draw land, I can make a pretty big Hydra. Hello, Snacky. This means they can go pretty infinite. They're also back up to 20. I think we're good. I think they outlandfalled me. GG. Nashi Illusion Gadgeteer, which was for some reason buffed recently. I really don't know why, but they gave him Flash. Why does he have Flash? I don't know why they gave him Flash. I really wish he didn't have Flash. It's upsetting to me how good he is now. He was already good, now he's better. Oh, anyway, he brings back anything from your graveyard into your hand, but it's a secret, so, nobody tell what it is. You can't, it's a secret. I ended up getting a land. I could have led with Arboreal Grazer, but because I only had one other, like, sort of a land in hand, I didn't like that as a move. No chill? No, I have no chill for the fact that they can flash out for 4 mana, a very good blocker or attacker, and then recur their removal. At instant speed now, too. See how I have 4 mana? Guess what's gonna go back into their hand? It's Children's Edict. Arboreal Grazer. Put down the Windswept Heath. Did it always give the Conjured card flash? Yes. And I will ramp, as is appropriate. Arboreal Grazer will help protect me from the Edict. But Nashi didn't used to have flash. I still think he should be like a 3-2. So he can't like actually block effectively. He also has Menace, so like he's very hard to deal with. You know what Nashi should have gotten a buff? There's the one that cares about rats and legendaries in your graveyard, and it's not very good. That one probably should have gotten a buff. What is Scales? Hardened Scales. Scales is putting +1/+1 counters on stuff. Making a plus or minus. That? What? Scraps just went, meh, but I don't know where she is. Whack. Okay. I could play Nissa into Bristly Bill. And I feel that gives me the best chances of being able to win off a hoof. So I think I'm gonna do that. Making sure we're leaping up a forest. And there's Bill. Now we know they have a Shoulder's Edict in hand, so they can use that to kill Nissa. Oh, interesting. Because this is not a creature, when it gets the counters put on it, it didn't get an additional.
I know where to find all the answers.
Jace milled and then drew a card. Now she's staying back. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. That is Rift mana plus. Start with something like a little more innocuous, like Champion of Flamehold. I think we're just going to use the Archdruid's Charm. Rift doesn't hit the land creatures. I'd say that's worth noting. Do you block? How long have I been playing Magic? Today? 8.5 hours. Ever? A very long time. I'm gonna activate Bristly Bill twice. They're each swinging for 15. You didn't block. Bro, I'm sorry, but, those are lands. Yep. That's why I did what I did. I know what Rift Mana looks like. I just got by a Rift. Now I'm getting you. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. Bristly Bill, as I kind of expected, did great. And I'm also really happy to say that the Scythecat Cub actually showed up in a bunch of games. When I was testing this deck, I played a genuine 20 plus games. It did not see the Scythecat Cub once. So I ended up adding Chord of Calling for the pure purpose of trying to get the Scythecat Cub. And it turns out it was a great addition into the deck because it helps you find some of your other great creatures, your Prime Times, your Vorinclex, your Elders, whatever you need in a situation, Chord of Calling will help you find. If you're looking for the deck list, it's in the description below. And if you'd like to suggest a commander for me to build or revisit, please let me know in a comment. Be like, yo, Amy, Foundations came out and I want to see New Alacia. I know like 3 people have asked for New Alacia. She came in 2nd place in the poll I did asking people about what commander they wanted me to brew over on Twitch. So she'll probably get done pretty soon. That's just a guess. I've also had some people ask for Foundations Jumpstart cards like Rev, so hopefully I'll be able to get to those soon too. You should always, by the way, like come over to twitch.tv/Amazonian. It's where I stream. It's like my main content channel. And there's a lot more Brawl there and also so many drafts. I'm almost mythic, by the way, just drafting the Foundation set. It's so much fun. There's so much stuff that doesn't make it over to YouTube, so you should come join me because I'm streaming almost every single day. I don't stream Tuesdays, but I stream every single other day, usually like 9 a.m. Eastern until 4 p.m. Eastern, sometimes longer. I've been streaming for like 9.5 hours today. I don't actually know how long it's been, but it's been a while. Come hang out with me. It's fun. Thank you so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.